My name is Exile, and you're listening to Beat House Radio.
Yo, this is SirPlus, and you're listening to Beat House Radio. Beat House.
Beat House, sound of the streets.
Wait.
That was the plug right there.
You're listening to Exile on Beat House Radio.
We are listening to Beat House Radio, bringing you the beats, blends, vibes live from Northern California at the KALW Studios. And you're rocking with Fresh Daily and
Musa Bay.
Yep, and we have some special guests in the house. We're rocking with
SirPlus
and
Exile.
Hey, welcome, y'all. And I'm asking all of y'all to go on Instagram, SoundCloud, and Twitter and follow us at Beat House Show, BeatHaus Show. Again, that's BeatHaus Show, Beat House. And thank y'all for listening. We're here with Exile and SirPlus, fresh off tour. They just flew in, and boy, are their arms tired. And I'm excited to have you guys here. We got some origin story questions for y'all. Can you share, this is for both of y'all, the moment that you realized music production was your calling?
It was really just being a fan, like even in elementary and fantasizing in my head that I would do whatever it takes to be able to make music and not even knowing what it was. Like, it was strange. Like, as a kid, you know, you have strange thoughts or whatever, but I was like, I would beatbox first, and I was like, if somebody signed me and said that you have to make a whole album doing a beatbox, I would do it. And then I would beatbox in my head and like think about it. And I learned how to scratch on like a home stereo system, holding the tape button in and pressing the phono button to transform with like a Star Wars record. And
Wow.
And then eventually I got a home stereo system with I could cut the speakers in and out with this button. And so I learned how to scratch really good like that by just pressing
One-handed.
Yeah, just
single-handedly.
by pressing this button and, you know, and I got really good at that. Then I finally got a mixer, the old school realistic Radio Shack mixer, and learned how to scratch with a crossfader. And I mean, I'm going past what you asked me, but
No, it's good. Do you still beatbox?
Oh yeah.
Hit me with something. Hit me with a short one. Okay.
Hey.
There you go. You know.
Okay, yeah. Make some noise for that.
Yeah, I would beatbox into like a tape cassette, right? And then I would take the beatbox and play it on another one, and then record over it and do like vocals over it. I might. You know, I once inhaled like helium and did like some old Quasimodo shit before I heard Quasimodo. I was rapping in helium. And we did a rap song about my homie's mom when she would come back from the clubs all faded, and sometimes she'd bring men home when we were there. And we did a song called Club Kathy.
Wow.
Club Kathy is the place to go.
Yeah. I would be hot. I would be really upset if that was my mom.
Yeah.
Okay, so how about you? I'll ask you the question again.
I wanted to kind of keep it along the same lines.
Cool.
Because essentially, that's how I fell in love with production, just being a fan. You know, I always loved the beats first, I guess. And I was playing drums when I was in 6th grade, and it was right next to a guitar center. And you know, they have the MP set up over there, and I kind of just like make everything out. Yeah, you kind of just cook everything up on one track. I had no idea how to kind of lace everything, and I'd use all the stock sounds on there. And then eventually I got the 2G, and then I got the 2XL, and that's what I've been working on ever since.
Yeah. All right.
Short and sweet.
Wow. Okay. So you guys are coming off of or still on the tour? Coming off.
Yeah, pretty much at the end of the tour.
Yeah, I was wondering, man. I mean, how's like the tour been treating you guys so far? Are there any like memorable, you know, moments or maybe some crazy tour stories? I'm not sure if it's
all the shows have had some pretty legendary MCs, you know, to come up and kind of do guest appearances. So kind of brings up the energy a little bit. We had JR come out, you know, John Robinson, and ID too. We had You know, we had Science of Life in the spot. J Live was over there, and
Fire.
Atlanta was probably
Jupiter,
Self Jupiter too. Yeah, they came through. That was probably like the most memorable show of the tour so far. And man, yeah, we had Med come out last night, and Wild Child. You know, it was crazy over in Oxnard a couple nights.
And then the LA show, we had Blue.
Yeah, Blue, Med,
Big Twin.
Yeah, it's been.
Amazing, at Beat House we kind of don't do the MC thing, but I was like, maybe we should. We have a couple of MCs in the house that are super dope.
A couple. He forgets. You know what I mean? Yeah, dude. It totally shifts the energy.
Okay.
Amazing.
Okay. But at Beat House, it gets so crazy in the past. So in Brooklyn,
I know that's when I started talking to you.
You could take a penny and throw it in the air, and you're gonna hit a rapper. And so what that does is it makes this like open mic kind of scenario, and it's so bad. Not every MC.
I've always loved how you curate the shows. Honestly, you pay attention to detail. And when I first started going out there, I did the open aux.
Yeah.
I do have Trans Picos. However many years ago that was, like in Montemari and a few other heads. Yeah, bro. You remember I hit you? I was like, because I was just coming down the other side of things, and I loved it. I loved it. I was putting in work, trekking it with my MP on the side. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like walking for miles
in a pizza box.
Yeah, I had it in a pizza box. I used to fucking
where you keep the pizza fresh.
Delivering it. I used to. That's how I first started bringing it out, and then I bring it in a duffel bag. Like how you keep a delivery dude like keeps the pizza hot and fresh.
Right.
It's in, like the MPC
boxes.
Yeah, I put the MPC in there.
Well, I was saying which model?
Oh, the 2000 XL.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I've been working on.
Keeps his beats fresh.
Yeah.
I should have saw that.
Yeah, right.
All right, so this is a Below the Heavens question, which I feel like is obligatory for you. Was reading an interview, and there were originally 75 songs on that. Recorded. Are there any joints that you like regret? Like, oh man, we should have added.
Me and SirPlus were just talking about it, but because luckily, or thankfully, I was able to release the ones we loved the most on Before the Heavens, which was like what didn't make the album, and I was telling him, like toot my own horn or whatever, that wow, there's some really dope joints on here, and it was dope to listen to, and he was he said. Yeah, there's a lot of joints in there. I'm like, why didn't you put it on the album?
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, shit, man. The album's a classic.
It's classic, okay?
Yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I think it came out okay, buddy. Why don't you relax?
Don't question me.
But when I think about like that's a lot of records.
Like, and Blue is a workhorse too.
You have to cut.
They're so hungry.
There was definitely one we thought was a hit, but thinking about it now, that shit was
I felt like Soul Provider would have worked very well on Below the Heavens. That's what I usually like.
We did like a remake of the Cars That Go Boom song. That was a good one to keep up.
It's just you guys are both crazy with the work ethic. So
the Latrim,
you compiled all the joints, and you were probably just like, these ones are the ones that fit, and then everything came out later on. What is it? Before the Heavens.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So this one's for you, SirPlus. Which do you like more? Actually, I think this can be for both of you, but which do you like more, working with MCs and singers, like putting out like instrumental projects? Because you got joints with Planet Asia, MED, Blue, which there was a sleeper that I found, which was the Milano Constantine joint.
Yeah, man.
But which do you like better, like kind of working on an instrumental project or working on with other artists?
That's
and then
a
I'll
good
ask
question. You know how rappers are.
I do.
Rappers they move when they want to. So it could be like pulling teeth at times when you're putting a feature project together.
Yeah.
Instrumental joints, it's easy, kind of just put it out in the world. But I do also enjoy hearing an MC or vocalist hop on something and just bringing it all new life. It's refreshing to hear somebody that does something ill on one of your joints, and they get busy, you're like, yes. And then there's times you're like, okay.
Didn't expect that.
Yeah, right.
I always felt like sometimes with beats, the missing ingredient to a beat, this is an MC perspective, but like the missing ingredient to a beat will sometimes be the vocal part.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like sometimes I'll get a beat pack and it'll be the most simple
A
instrumental
minimalist type
on
of
there that
joint,
makes
yeah.
me want to rap, and I
Right.
feel like it's almost like my vocals were the thing that
You
was
fill in that space.
Mhm.
You know
For
what I mean?
sure.
Yeah.
How about you?
Ultimately, I love just working with other people and bouncing off of their energy, and especially when they're good folks, and building relationships with people and figuring out how to work with each other is ultimately the most fun. But when I sat down to make my Exile Radio album, where I sampled everything off the radio, that was a different experience for me. I literally used to pray before I made anything, because my goal was to really have a voice to contribute a positive message through an instrumental project. And I really believe I did that if you listen to it like from beginning to end. And
That kind of explains the album cover some, but
yeah,
It's a cohesive body of work. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And
I mean,
you
it's
feel, and
it's more
he's really
the
good.
prayer is definitely more spiritual than religious for myself. I'm just I think about God in a different way. It could be all of us, and
because the images from that album almost were like a priest, with the
yeah, it was more like it was like the sound is God type of
Yeah.
thing, and
right on.
We are the congregation.
but that experience was amazing for me, and just as dope, if not better, than working with MCs. But I still feel like my answer would be both.
He's very good
Both
about conducting the MC producer relationship. His direction is concise.
But I wouldn't
knows
trade
what he
any
wants
of that for working with like Blue. Like
Oh yeah.
Do you
That was a
Dr.
match
Dre
made
it?
in heaven.
like very like, oh, why don't you try
That's
it like
that's
this?
why I
Oh,
said
yeah.
that. He's
Okay.
very
all the
good at
time.
being vocal about that and being able to hone in on the direction that he wants to go.
So for you, it's more about like, yo, let's lab up as opposed to me sending you a pack kind of thing.
Yeah,
A lot of
he's
producers are-
great.
Mellow X
With
is
that
like
type of
that. There's
shit.
a couple of people that are really like,
There is ways of doing both, where marinate on these and let's lab up and
Yeah.
chop it down
Let you do
from
your
there,
thing
and
and then
like,
revise
nah,
from there.
we're gonna use this beat for this, or
Yeah.
and then there's times where we're writing on the spot, or like I'll give concepts and be like, this beat, like, what do you think about writing about this? And
it requires
He's had-
synergy, I think.
Yeah,
Blue-
he's had references
Blue
kind of on
really-
different beats, and then
Yeah.
he'll put a whole different beat under the vocals. You know what I mean? Like
but
he
trust
understands what
in
he
the
wants to-
process when you're working with somebody else is very important, and Blue really has that trust in me, and vice versa.
Yeah.
And that's what makes us work.
Yeah, there has to be a synergy.
Mhm.
There has to be a synergy.
Absolutely.
All right. So now let's get into this fire set from Exile SirPlus.
We're squares, Allison. And squares gotta stick together.
Squares can never stop me. Got triangles to play me, play me.
Motherfucker, yeah, I see that. All y'all fake motherfuckers up in the joint, huh? Stealing my light, huh? Watch me, don't watch me. Yo, I'm the ultimate.
The price is wrong, bitch.
Let's go, SirPlus, Beat House. Bang your head to this. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
You ain't ready yet. Slow down and recollect. Stay in the car. I'll start for law body set. Yo, Allah who act bar. Look bar, now I'm set. Air condition cooler system. Yo, the tech glisten. On a mission. Shoot your back out position. Sound missing. 2-5 deep in prison. Can't listen. Dying across like a Christian. So you. Plus your weak religion. In disguise. Nowadays I cut pies. The invincible. Untouchable. CNN. It's both face. Written and go with ink pen. Channel 10, you break 10, win again, kid, you on Pluto. Homo out just like Menudo, far from the sun. Can't feel this, yes, I do. I stand in front of the judge about the lie, plus I'm hot too.
Beat House, you're rocking with SirPlus. Right now you're rocking with SirPlus.
Yeah. I can croon to. Catch my drift.
I'm not talking about following people. I'm not talking about following your friend. I'm not talking about following different preachers. I'm not talking about following other men.
Y'all, there is no greater love. People try all the time trying to break us up. We keep it high up in the sky. Y'all gotta take it up, take it up, take it up, take it up, take it up. fucking up my mental when I think about you. In my room plotting how to start reaching out to you. Cause at first the situation had me deep in doubt, but the beauty evened out the beast and I can't be without. It's by far the most dangerous subject to touch, yet we acting like it's lush. Yeah, right. Well, lust have you up at 5 writing a text, trying to get a thought up off of your chest, of her all of your chest. Gotta work, so you calling a rest for a second, then you call her for sex, and she there in a second, and the parents is stressing, cause she missed the whole semester fucking around with this peasant named Blue, and Juliet is you. The two connected as one. Fun is endless, getting drunk and fucking bitches is through. Sun's back with the moon to balance out how we shines on the planet, and you try to understand it, but you can't.
No traitor. Yeah.
Take it up. Take it up.
Let's go, Exile.
Said to himself, "Get lost, man." And he disappeared from sight and became all of us.
The sound
quest for liberation, quest for deliverance from thinking that you are just you, and realizing after all who you are. We are all entranced, we are all spellbound, under the influence of a certain kind of thinking, which makes us just like hypnotized chickens with their noses to a white chalk line, and they can't get off. So in the same way, that white chalk line corresponds to the ego. Each one of us thinks, I am I. We've been told so. We've been educated that way from childhood. And so we think, I am I. Not this I that we think we are, but the I which is everything.
Right about here, we're going to break away. We'll be back in a few minutes and lots more.
Radio.
50 cents.
Thank you for tuning in.
Every 3 seconds, someone's identity is stolen.
And that was a set from Exile and SirPlus. So yeah, make sure that you follow Exile and SirPlus on Instagram at Exile Radio, and SirPlus is _SirPlus _. Are there some joints that I missed that are like deep cut?
I did some stuff with KALW Agents years ago.
Planet Asia Roscoe.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, the Peroxide remix, that it came about organically in a sense that like Med caught wind of the remix. He ended up hearing it somehow. And then from there, I worked on a little bit more joints with Med. And then, connected with Blue years later. We did For Sale, and then we handled the production on, was it Color Blue? Yeah, so he did a few joints on there. I did like 8 on there.
How'd you guys
J57.
When I first met him, I kicked him out of my house.
Yeah, no, he did for real. Because like he was trying to do a rollout for Denmark and Scud. They had Cult Classic going. We ended up really building after he did a boombox. A boombox is this ill event that we got every first Saturday of the month. And yeah, he ended up rocking boombox, and we were chopping it up after. And he's like, "Yo, I'm trying to do some producer shit. I want to put some producers out. Send me a batch." So I sent him something that night, and then the next day he hit me back.
Look at you being prompt and shit.
Yeah, right. Like
you didn't sleep it out.
He's a big inspiration for me. Right. I admire this dude's work, and he's got that quality control behind Dirty Science. So like that was a huge opportunity. So I hopped on it that night. Next day he hit me. It's like, yo, these are crazy, bro. Send me some more shit. And then we ended up connected from there.
Right on.
Yeah, and he allowed me to help him put together the project, and I did scratches on it. And
So did you have that same process where it was like synergistic?
Dude, yeah, we built a friendship first.
Put a little paint here.
I never liked to come out off rip and just say, I make beats, or you gotta beat my shit. It's always been like, I want you to hear the music speak for itself first, and then we built from there.
The demo tape, right? Yo, here's my demo tape, man.
Right, dude. I used to always have beat CDs at all these shows. I show my face everywhere. That's kind of how I got familiarized with a lot of heads around the community and stuff. And I sent that batch that night, and then it's been history since then.
It's almost a decade since I met you.
Yeah, man.
Kind of
wild to think about.
It's
I
kinda
did. I did 3 different beat houses with you out in New York. Yeah,
crazy. Full circle moment.
Yes, bro. Absolutely.
Huh. I wanted to know. I think like starting out for most producers, I'm good. Starting out, for most producers, you kind of have like your essentials.
Mm-hmm.
But have your setups like changed over the years, or have you just kind of kept things like simple? Like this is like my old faithful. This is what I'm sticking to.
Yeah.
PC bros over there.
Yeah. It started off, bro. He's been able to switch gears, and he's done very well with it.
Oh, me, I started off with 1 turntable and 2 tape cassettes. Like, I figured out how to have infinite tracks, and do that for like 2 minutes and play that, and then fill in the missing piece on the other record till I have a loop. Then I take that tape, play it, and then record on here like a horn scratch on top of it. It went from there to a 4-track with a scratch master push button sampler, and track 1 is drums, track 2 is a sample, track 3 is like horns and scratches, and then track 4 is vocals. Then from there I had a Roland MS1 where I only had 1 loop, and I would do live 16-bar loops or something, you have to play it like it's crazy. And yeah, I pressed records with all of these except for the pause tape shit, but I did it with the 4-track. We put out tapes like in 1995, and then eventually songs from there got pressed on wax.
Right.
I pressed stuff up with the Roland MS1. Then from there I finally got the MPC 2000. Then I got the 2000 XL, and I've been messing around with Serato sample and whatnot.
Logic, you got bangers on Logic
but
too.
I'm interested in trying out the MPC Live next. So
I think having to do more with less is what makes you a master, because by the time the technology has caught up to the
steps you out of it gets you out of that creative comfort zone, right? You push your limits, and that's why I love rocking with the 2XL. It kind of segued into that, because I started on the 2G just like he did. He had a 2000. I was like, I want the pop-up screen, so that's the only reason why I got the 2XL. But I've been rocking with it ever since, and I just I chop up records. I got my turntable, just a 3-band EQ mixer, and my 2XL, the old faithful. You know what I mean? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I dump everything into Logic. I've made like probably 1 joint on Logic, but I don't know. I feel like it's the limitations on the 2XL that allow me to step outside of it.
Yeah, and then you learn to get iller with it. You guys have been touring and promoting Squares.
Right.
What was the process like putting that together? Obviously, it's come out on this label, which is a big deal, I think, because just the natural progression of you guys' friendship and all that. But what was that like putting together? What did it take? What was the process like?
Well, I trust his vision, and he also trusts my opinion on things. So I think that's why we work well together. And
we tried to separate what he should use for vocalists and what he should use for this for the instrumental project.
Yeah.
And along the way, I had some of the beats I thought that he wanted to have a vocalist on. I'm like, yo, just put it on here, and back and forth until we figured it out.
Came up with something, and we're both very meticulous about pretty much everything that we do, and we're overthinkers naturally. So
I would fight for some beats to go shorter, and then he would want some longer.
And here we are, It's,
but I mean,
I feel like
it's all his work. I'm just like trying to offer, make it the dope.
And
that's
like
the
I said,
role.
he's
adding the scratches.
He's put out timeless music, So that's why I trust his vision and
make it fit on 1 vinyl, so we don't have to pay.
Yeah, right, for real. Keep it as cost efficient as possible.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, I think it worked out well.
DirtyScienceRecords.com, by the way.
DirtyScienceRecords.com. Squares is out now. What is your favorite record on Squares? And then you tell me yours.
I feel like, I don't know why, the SirPlus record, the one that starts the whole LP off, the one where it spells out surplus, it's just because how I like micro chop the shit out of it, and then how the fresh intro with it, he put that together with me, and I feel like it totally sets the project off. You know what I mean?
I guess the Moesha beat. Yeah,
A lot of people love that.
A lot of people, yeah.
I was wondering, man. And I feel like this probably goes through, every producer's head. But are there any like beats or songs out there that you wish you had?
Like you heard this shit and you were like, yo.
Yeah, that you wish you'd like produced yourselves.
I wish I made rappers to life.
I said, I know you
He made Rapid. Wish he made Rapid do.
The hall. This is a great opportunity to shout out whatever you guys got coming out next or the project. And just want to say thank you guys for showing up. It's going to be super dope.
Yeah.
And Beat House Show at Beat House Show, BEATHAUS. Plug your socials and the website and where they can find you guys at.
Go to at Exile Radio, EXILE Radio. Check me out. Go to at Dirty Science
or The Dirty Science.
Or
right?
at The Dirty Science.
Dirty Science on Instagram. My handle is at _SirPlus.com. No, not .com, _.
I was about to say.
Yeah, at _SirPlus_.
Okay. And
thedirtyscience.com to cop the record.
Yep.
And to stream and all that.
It's on the Dirty Science imprint, distributed by Fat Beats.
Shout out Fat Beats.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, thank you guys so much.
Thank you for having us.